welcome to the Overheard podcast recorded live in Banff. My name is Daniel Rudel. With me always is my co-host.
We got Matty Rage in the house. Let's go.
What's good? Our guest this week, we got 2 out of the 3D drum and bass boys here.
Oh, there you go.
If you don't know them, they're bringing high energy underground drum and bass to the town of Banff. Something that's been more and more in demand these days. The kids want drum and bass.
More drum and bass, the better, buddy.
Absolutely.
Always.
Just a different flavor from the house, you know?
So we're sitting down today with Dustin and we got Dave. If you want to go give him a follow on Instagram at Decline 3Es_Klein at Built by Others. Dougie Deep unfortunately couldn't make it with us. He had some prior engagements, but go ahead and give him a follow as well at Dougie Deep. And while you're at it, especially if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to give us a subscribe. It's about 70% of our viewers don't subscribe. We know you're listening. We know you're there. Hit the subscribe button. It's not that difficult.
Like we see you watching every week.
That's
like,
it.
Yeah, man. The numbers don't lie.
It's like,
numbers don't
it's
lie.
weird. You're just watching in the corner, being pervy.
Thumbs up.
Subscribe. We appreciate that. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Let's just start right at the beginning. Where are you guys from? Why'd you come to Banff?
Edmonton. Met my fiance at Wicked Woods Music Festival, and she said, "There's no fucking way I'm moving to Edmonton, so I moved to Banff."
Nice. What about you, Dave?
So, Dave, I'm from Nelson, BC originally, and I came back from traveling Southeast Asia. Didn't really know what I wanted to do at the time when I got back, so decided to come back to Banff and check it out,
Sick.
and fell in love.
Sick.
Nice.
Right on.
Wild,
When did you get here, Dustin?
2019.
2019. So relatively new. What about you, Dave? That was a while ago.
2009.
Right? Yeah, I think we got here. I got
Way
here in
more
2009
committed.
too,
Yeah.
so we got here at the same time. Like I remember, we used to know each other from Sunshine riding all the time.
Yeah.
Like anytime I go up, I'm always
Probably
running into Dave.
face ball
For sure.
the Devil's Cap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that too. That too. How do we forget? Why did you guys move to Banff? Dave, you said traveling. You came back, fell in love with the place. Fiance.
Yeah.
What keeps you here? What solidified that Banffness for you?
Friends, her business.
Yeah.
She has a salon at the Banff Park Lodge. So.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, definitely friends, community for me. I snowboard pretty much every day, so
Nice.
it gets me
Dan
out.
was saying you're a ripper.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Dude shreds for
How many
sure.
runs are you at now this year?
probably like somewhere in between 80 and 90, probably.
80, 90
Damn.
days?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
probably.
that's wild, man. You're blowing me out the water. I probably like, especially when the conditions haven't been great. I've been, I don't know, probably around 40 or 50. Like I'm still getting up
Yeah.
there, but not like I used to. Before I was like 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah, I'm the
No,
same
yeah.
way.
Yeah, I think you've just
Yeah.
never changed. You know, I respect
I'm
you
at
for
a
that
solid
for sure.
0, but one tubing thing at Norquay. So
You're still
Tubing day.
one tubing day.
Did you flip over?
I did not.
Oh, nice.
No.
So success.
I took my 5-year-old niece, and then she had way more fun than I had. I was more scared than she was. It's crazy.
They do rip pretty hard, actually. Norquay, we're going to talk a little bit about them later. We have actually one of our posts going to be about them. Yeah, very excited for that. You guys been here for shorter period of time, longer period of time.
Yeah.
What is your advice to someone that wants to stay in Banff long term?
It is very difficult right now. Obviously,
no doubt.
accommodation and
Impossible.
it's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say trying to find the balance between going out, social, partying, and doing your day-to-day life and doing stuff you enjoy doing.
Go to Mel's for a steak sandwich because you can't make a steak for that price on a Tuesday.
You can't even buy steak for that
No.
price, man.
Crazy.
Actually, ribs have been wicked on sale. Me and Ricky tomorrow are actually going to do a little rib
Sick.
dinner, I think. He got an air fryer, so we just did
Nice.
N64 and ribs.
Little rib off.
N64 and ribs. It's not really good video game food, but I mean,
The controller's so sticky.
Yeah, you're like, "Fuck, man, like, why's my controller red? I thought this was green.
Yeah, I don't think you can buy those anymore too. So you
Yeah.
want to be real nice on the old N64 gear.
yeah.
No doubt.
But yeah, good point, man. Cost of living, all that
Yeah.
stuff, definitely not going down anytime
Yeah.
soon. Find a place to live. I know, Matt, you've been in that realm lately.
I've been on the search. I found something, I think.
Congrats.
Well, I found something.
Yeah,
but
sick.
Yeah, so the podcast will have a new location at sometime soon.
New look.
So we might have to do a little off-site filming for a couple weeks until we get shit set up. But yeah, man, I'm excited. New chapter. I've been here for 11 years now.
Yeah, wild. Eh?
So yeah, same spot, same living room.
Yeah.
It's been rearranged several times over that period, as you can assume. But yeah, man, I'm stoked. What do you think's a key piece of advice for just to look to stay
Don't
here?
get bamfed.
Yeah, don't get bamfed.
That's
Yeah,
exactly it.
Yeah, I like to try to find that balance. I mean, I'm looking for it still. But
The 3-month probation period.
yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For those who maybe join us that don't know what Banff is, it's just partying way too hard and foregoing kind of the stuff that happens to normal adults in their normal life. Like,
Going to work.
yeah, like Banff's the only
Like-
place. It's the only place I've ever lived. Like, I used to do this at the pump all the time. We'd be sitting there chatting and be like, oh, yeah, like, yo, what'd you do yesterday? Like, you weren't here. And they'd be like, oh, man, I had a big day. Like, I was doing all like my adulting stuff, like laundry and dishes. And it's like, Banff's the only place where that is put on such a pedestal where
Yeah.
like that is
Yeah.
doing such a huge thing with your day.
Yeah.
You didn't go to the Rose all afternoon, man? You did
Yeah.
laundry today? Nice one,
What's
dude.
laundry?
Like,
Yeah, what's wrong? Yeah. Where it's like, you know, yeah, these are things you should probably be doing on a
Yeah.
more
Also,
frequent
where'd you get
basis.
all that change to like put into the laundry machine at one time? I spend all mine.
Yo, laundry on site is
Oh, God,
a
yeah.
blessing. That's
No
for
doubt.
sure.
what do you guys like to do when you're not DJing? Better question.
Skateboard.
Nice.
Just bought a golf pass.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
I'll see you
Right when I
down
bought
there,
it,
brother.
it snowed. So
As he's got the hat on right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
getting pretty
rocking the
excited,
Banff
man.
style.
The Masters just passed. I've been watching a lot of golf. I'm getting very excited. Is it your first season golfing down there?
yeah, here, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
gonna
had
be
one
sick.
in Vermeer and then golfed all the time in Edmonton. But
Nice. Yeah, we'll see you down there. It's a lot of fun for sure. Do you golf at all, Dave?
No, I used to a little bit, but never got into it really.
Fair enough. It's not for everyone.
I think I'm gonna buy a bike this summer and get into that.
Sick.
Mountain bike?
Yeah.
Like downhill?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Man, there's some good spots just up Tunnel Mountain. Like
I've
Star
seen
Wars,
them,
like Return of the Jedi. What's a really long one? There's like a massive one up there. It takes like 40 minutes. It's crazy.
shit.
Last spring I went for
Top notch.
for a
That's what
run
it
down
is.
there, like where what's that hotel? The Dougie Fur. Sorry, shout out to Dougie.
The Dougie fur.
Yeah, the Dougie Fur. And there's a trail that goes out like from behind it. There's those little like apartments behind it, and there's a
Yeah,
trail
yeah.
that goes out into the forest towards the Bow River, like / golf course.
So
And then I turned right, and I ended
went
up
out.
super lost. And there's all these like built, Like,
tracks.
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
like
oh,
oh yeah, there's berms and there's
That's it,
jumps
yeah,
and
yeah.
there's like features and stuff out there. Like I think it's just locals keep it up, but yeah, that one in Top Notch is like super good. That one's Return of the Jedi, and then there's I think Star Wars and Top Notch up there.
Yo, it's such a spooky
yeah.
area though. Like,
Dude, I got
Oh,
rid-
yeah.
I was tripping because I was there by myself. I like had my headphones in. All of a sudden, I took them out, and it's just like so quiet because you're
Oh,
nestled in
yeah,
behind
yeah.
tunnel.
Okay,
Yeah.
where's the bear?
I was thinking Cougar,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like,
Cougar,
Well, I got
yeah.
ripping down there so fast. I was like, Jesus Christ! I was like, I had been going like 60K.
could you imagine like
Like, it
ripping
just-
down, coming
And
up
just, like,
on a
running
bear and
to
shit?
a bear,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's not like one of those videos like before I moved to Banff. This guy's like coming down this one trail, and then he just comes over
Oh,
like a
yeah.
grizzly, and he just like falls off his bike down the mountain. And
Yeah.
he's like, just
Yeah.
hiding there. He's like,
Just
shit.
bails. Yeah,
That's crazy.
I would have just kept going.
Yeah,
you think like the sound of like the bike would scare them away? You'd think.
It's a bear.
no, it's a
Yeah.
I
bear.
don't know.
Hey, cat.
When did you guys start DJing?
Yeah,
like
we did.
both individually and together? How did?
Actually, he taught me how to DJ.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So
Yeah.
I learned probably
Nice one.
about 15 years ago
Nice.
and never really like fully got into it
Mm.
because I obviously equipment's expensive and
Oh shit! Right.
just never bought any equipment. And then once COVID hit, endless amount of times,
Nice,
decided to buy equipment and get into it.
sick.
Yeah.
What
So-
was your first day?
My first day when I
No,
started.
your first
Oh,
deck.
Oh,
Like,
first
yeah,
deck.
yeah.
Sorry. What was it? It was a Newmark mixed deck.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Like the little. The tiny one.
No,
Yeah, it's
it
like-
was a bit beefier.
Oh,
But-
okay. Sick. Two
yeah.
channel.
2-channel.
Two-
Yes.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. And then would you? What was your first like decent upgrade? I guess.
And then
The FLX 10.
that Felix 10.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those are sick. That's
Yeah.
sick that you guys can run 2 laptops because I got
Yeah.
the two USBs.
Yeah, actually, I touched it the other day for the first time in like months because we have the CDJs now.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, how did I ever play on this?
Oh,
This
really?
is so small and shit, but it's like really good.
It's so small.
Yeah.
I know. I did have an opportunity a couple times to go over and play the CDJs, and they're like,
It's a lot of fun.
yeah. Once you get on them, like, cause like that's like if you go to a major club or festival, that's pretty much
Yeah.
their
Like club
setup,
standard,
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So once you get on those, you're just like, everything else is good, but it's like,
It's definitely a bit of a learning curve to start off with, but
yeah. What would be like the main difference that you noticed, like as soon as you got over the CDJs, what was the hardest thing to pick up, I guess?
Like just the quality and sliders and stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's the big thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So like on the Flex 10 or FLX 10, when you move the slider a little bit, it like barely changes. But if you just touch like the sliders on any of the mixer on the seat for the CDJs, it's like
Yeah.
it drops down like
Yeah.
drastically.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
It's really
it's- yeah.
mechanical. Yeah. I did
So
notice
less
that.
touchy or more touchy?
more touchy
More
on the
touchy.
More
CDJs.
touchy.
Like,
Yeah.
a lot more like reaction, I guess.
Yeah,
Like,
and also learning a different
Response.
software like Serato to Record Box.
Yeah.
sure.
Good point. Good point.
Which is probably what you want, right? In your style of music, it's probably quicker transitions, I would assume, or like
well, no,
it's just,
no.
you just want
Oh,
that
yeah,
instant
I'll
feedback.
let these guys answer. Sorry.
it's just mainly like, if like you have a song playing and you want to start cutting that one out to bring the other one in,
Yeah.
like you can act like you only have to do it a little bit for that
Yeah.
slider to be like, oh shit, that one's like pretty much dead and the new
Yeah.
song's
Yeah.
already in.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like even the actual crossfader, on Serato you just have to put a setting in and then like the response on how like
Oh,
touchy it
right. Yeah.
is.
You can just adjust your curve
And
with
you don't
a
even have to
flip
do it.
of the
Yeah, it's
switch.
just like-
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Right on. Awesome. We did want to talk. So drum and bass, right? Huge umbrella of genres, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
Do you want to take us through like the subgenres and which ones maybe you're into, which ones maybe you're not into? Because like I've been dipping into some drum and bass this week.
yeah.
It's a very varied. What we're even talking about.
drum and
I'd
bass.
say we
Let's
do
go.
a mix of kind of everything.
Yeah, it's like liquid. That's just like good vibes. Summertime music, man. It's like fast
Yeah.
jazz. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like I play a lot of jungle, which is just a lot of drums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tons of drums.
Because like me and Matt
Drums
were
and
talking
bass.
before, and I were talking about like there's some drum and bass that actually have an MC.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, dude, MC's like super key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I wish it was more prominent like here. If there's an MC out there, hit us up.
There
Yeah.
you go.
No doubt. No doubt.
Because like they like pretty much guide the audience through the whole show. And get the hype up.
It's something that like it's an element that's pretty specific to drum and bass. Like the only other time you'll kind of see that maybe is in like hip hop or
Well,
something, right?
like a lot of DJs just kind of like MC themselves, I
Yeah.
guess, as far as like festival DJs and stuff like that. Like
True.
you kind of just you're hyping your own crowd up, but I don't know. There's something about drum and bass where like having a hype man
Oh,
is
yeah.
just like
100%.
when it's building up. Yeah, easy. Wow.
yeah. For sure.
It's so good. But.
So where do you guys think this huge like influx and demand for drum and bass has come from? Like I know a couple different bar managers around town, and they're saying all the kids want to listen to is drum and bass and that faster pace
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
underground music.
Yeah, I think it's that faster beat music everyone
Yeah.
wants to listen to.
Like D&B is like kind of like the punk rock of EDM kind of. Like
Okay.
The kind of the vibe
Yeah.
of it.
Interesting
Like, if
analogy.
you meet a metalhead that's into EDM, they probably like drum and bass.
So
It's
like that and dubstep.
yeah,
That's pretty much what it is.
yeah, it's just something about like the speed and the beat.
Yeah.
Like I like you guys know how that is.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just like
Yeah.
you just get rocking and you're just like headbanging. You're like, this
Yeah, you
this
just
is
get
this
super
is
into
good,
it.
man.
Yeah.
like myself personally being a not super versed in drum and bass, like
Right.
I either love it or I hate it. Like some tracks I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
this
Well, that's-
rips and it's super fire, and then
Yeah.
some I listen to I'm just like,
That-
this
that's
is
what
just a
it
little
is
too
too.
much,
Well,
right?
The
Like-
frog noises and everything.
Yeah.
The jump up. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as too much jump up.
Yeah.
No, I just played a track today. It's like, man, there's too much jump up. It's like, what? What do you mean? There's no such thing as too much jump up, mate.
Jump up,
Yeah.
What is jump up for the uneducated listener?
It's like just like high, like it's like a faster paced drum and bass, but they do a lot of samples of like
A lot of
fog
weird
horns.
noises.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds like crickets and yeah.
Yeah.
It's like frog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I love the horn. The very,
Sometimes I like that though. Like during your set, you can throw in some jump up.
Yeah.
Like if you're building your set
yeah.
good, you can you hammer a
Yeah.
couple jump up sets or like songs. People are just like,
would you guys have like those effects queued up while you're playing to
So actually-
add, or are they
I mean,
in the
no,
songs
they're-
already?
You could
mostly?
sample it yourself, I
Yeah.
guess, and do it live, but like most people just do samples of like just the most obscene things. Like there's like a whole Instagram page. It's just like DJs will do anything before the drop.
And it like the dumber it is, kind of like the better it works, right?
yeah.
You're just like, oh god, like this is awesome. Like how the fuck did this guy get this sample?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Do you guys do anything like that?
I only ever like used one sample. It's for like the start of my set. And it's like Family Guy when Peter's getting hypnotized, just like, you will only listen to drum and bass. I will only listen to drum and bass. Drum and bass is the greatest genre you've ever heard. Drum and bass is the greatest genre I ever heard. He's like, oh man, we're slowing down. Oh, do you know what's not slowing down? Drum and bass.
And you start your sets with that?
Yeah.
That's sick, man.
God.
Yeah, I think on Serato it was easier to do it because you can like add like noises and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like little cues and
Yeah,
whatever
well,
you
like,
need.
the difference between like a controller like what I have and like CDJs is pretty substantial. Like
For
there's
sure.
like that has way more options than a CDJ will ever have. Like
Yeah.
it's just like you're kind of it like brings I don't know, it kind of like brings you back to the basics where you're just like I
Mixing
have hot
vinyl and stuff.
yeah, you're like
Yeah.
I have hot cues and I have loops
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like
and
our,
a couple effects and like
our CDJs, they
yeah.
have hot cues because they added that. Like
Right.
the 2000 Nexus 2s, they had hot cues, but there's only 3. Now
Yeah.
they have like
eight.
8.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, 8 across the top. Yeah, but yeah, man, it's a totally different like. I don't know. It's weird. Like when you see those guys doing crazy shit in a club,
Yeah.
like they're doing it with very limited options. Like these, you can have stems where you can strip out like
Yeah.
the drums and the vocals and like on the fly and like do mashups and like loop rolls and like basically there's 16 buttons on this thing that don't exist on a
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
on CDJs, right? So
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm assuming like the next gen is gonna have that. That's 'cause,
Yeah.
like Record Box bought
yeah,
Serato and made Alpha Theta. or
Alpha
whatever.
Theta, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
even the XDJs, like they've all got the performance pads as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So any
I just don't
other,
know, did the new XDJ come up with like
The
stems?
AZ?
Yeah.
yeah, they said no, does it? I don't know.
I know it came out with
Oh
a
no,
giant
now you got me
screen.
thinking. Because my buddy's got one of the old XZs.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it doesn't have stem.
Yeah.
How do you guys stay on top of all this stuff? Like it's just like constant research
Nerds.
or
Like,
what?
Pretty
Thank,
much.
thank
Nerds.
God to the
Yeah.
like the algorithm. Like once you talk about it one time, it just randomly shows up in your thing. Like, oh wait, I haven't looked at what's new, and I just like start going through it, and you get lost in a wormhole.
I mean, it's always going to try to sell to whoever's interested in their
Oh, yeah.
products, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
do you know you can turn that off? I guess on your iPhone, there's like a setting where you can go in,
Turn
and
off ads?
turn off the like.
algorithms.
No, it's like
Oh, like the data collection where they like
yeah. So they won't advertise based off of what you're saying. It like stops listening into you for
Okay,
ads or
your
so
algorithm
it's a
on
little bit more
YouTube
random.
gets into DJ stuff like pretty much exclusively.
That's like mine,
yeah,
too.
pretty quickly. You're
Like
like,
when we first were looking at the CDJs, and like my entire thing was just like, oh, this controller. I'm like, I already have a controller, man. And just, oh, this CDJ. You want this CDJ? I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, we're gonna go get CDJs.
no doubt.
It's like you sold us, all right.
We'll do it.
I had no intention
So-
to do it before.
I got a question. When you guys are planning a set, like for an event, not, just to practice at home, how do you guys go about that? And is there a difference between, say, one of your events or like a bigger, like, event where you're a supporting act and you're kind of
Yeah, you try
looking
not,
to get your name out there a little bit, maybe?
try not to go like super hard and try to like outstage the
Yeah.
if you just support because
Right.
that's kind of shitty.
Yeah,
There's like, there's like some
that's-
etiquette there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like,
But at the same time, like we like when we're playing with fives, like Ryan's just like go hard, go fucking
Yeah,
hard.
they do whatever. Yeah. So certain
Nice.
DJs
Yeah.
prefer you to play a bit more chill,
Yeah,
whereas
Yeah.
others are like whatever.
For sure.
yeah, that's it. And as far as like trying to plan for sets, like I always have like a playlist where I'll like save a bunch of songs and then download them all, and then use a quarter of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then everything else is just random.
Okay, so what about you? Do you kind of on the fly, or you do kind of the same
I think
thing?
it depends. Like if we're all three of us are playing together, I usually do it on the fly.
Yeah.
If I'm playing by myself, I usually prepare it a bit more.
Do you guys find you get a little bit more cohesive through like practicing together and playing together often?
I don't know. Dougie doesn't show up to practice. Just kidding.
I'll show up. I'll show up.
Yeah, we just need one more D.
all of our days off are all like scattered. So like Dougie has to
Yeah.
work
Yeah.
weekends. So and we're off on weekends. So it's like
Yeah, fair.
so it's
Yeah.
hard to get like all match up. But
Being grown adults, well, also being artistic is not always the easiest thing. Like Matt with your metal
especially-
bands.
Yeah, especially in Banff, man. Like everybody's got different days off, right?
Gotta
Like,
make
if you're in
ends
the
meet.
industry, you're not getting weekends
Yeah.
off. It's
And
pretty
then if
much
it's like
what it is.
nice outside, or a bunch of other friends are going out to do something, you're like, oh sweet, we'll go do that, and then you just get carried away doing that. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
by the time you get back to DK's house, it's like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So one of our questions was like advantages or disadvantages of playing with like a collective or like a crew like you're doing. So I guess one disadvantage would be getting all in the same room at the same time.
Yeah.
What would be some of the advantages that you find from
Feeding off each
performing
other?
together?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Feeding off each other and like, cause sometimes like Dougie or Dustin will play something. They'd be like, "Oh, maybe I'll go towards that style," or like I don't know. It's just you kind of just feed off each other and
Kind of influence each other in certain
Exactly,
ways
yeah.
and explore
or
certain
like
paths.
someone will give you an idea and then
Yeah.
you'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna play this song now."
Or somebody drops something dirty, you're like, oh my god, you got
Yeah.
somebody to follow that up.
Yeah, we've had a couple. We've had a couple of those. I've been over at these guys a couple times. I'm like, oh, dude, what the? Like, you just,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, is DJ, like as a DJ, you don't really get to jam with people that often. It's not like being in
Yeah.
a band, right? Like
Mhm.
most of your time is spent alone on the decks practicing, and then even when you're performing, you're on your own, really.
True.
Yeah.
Like at the
For
end
the
of the
most part,
day,
yeah.
so it's cool to kind of like get together with a couple homies and just like
Go 3 for 3.
yeah,
or
throw
something like
tracks
that.
off
Yeah.
of each
Yeah.
other and just like go 3 for 3 and just see what everybody's got, and like it kind of pushes you a little bit, I think, to like come up with different shit or like this. I've never heard this song. How are we going to transition out of this?
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
man, it's cool.
But getting a bit creative too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So 3 for 3 would be like mixing 3 tracks and
Yeah.
then the other person mixes 3
No,
in
no,
type?
like track for track. Like you got 3 people. Each
Oh.
person has their own deck. Like when I've been over there, it's just been the 3 of us, and it's
Yeah.
like I get a deck.
Yeah.
Like everybody gets a deck, and
Yeah.
then you just,
Keep
you know,
switching.
you
Yeah,
just go
just
in
keep
order.
switching around.
Yeah, you just go in rotation. So,
Wow, that sounds like one heck of a party
Yeah.
for sure.
yeah,
That's fun.
It keeps it, and then like that way it keeps you moving. You're not sitting there waiting for
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 drops to go by before like you just
And then by the time you
Yeah.
get back on there, you're like wasted. You're like, oh yeah.
right. What am I
Yeah.
doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your pre-show routine? Are you having a couple before you go on to get into that creative space, or you're generally like
We used to do that more often,
Mhm.
Yeah.
where we get together and like kind of DJ before going out and having a couple drinks. It's a bit harder to do that nowadays.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when he
fair.
works, like he works late. I just take naps after work.
Nice.
I get home like, oh sweet, we don't play till 10. I'm going to go to bed till 9.
I'm a big nap guy too, so I feel you on that one for sure.
I hear you. I could have used the nap yesterday, but Cat wakes you up early. Nothing you can do. You're like, well, we'll get up. We'll do a little bit of DJ practice and chill out. But
Yeah, I had a nap before the Oilers game yesterday, and Cass came home and she's like, "Dude, you just snored on the couch for 3 straight hours." I was like, "Oh man,
Sick. That sounds
just
awesome.
just hammered it. She's
Yeah.
like, I was gonna wake you up because it was really annoying, but I didn't.
She's like, I just went upstairs to see David. I was like, "Oh, sweet, okay."
Nice.
So back to drum and bass, like beat matching a little bit, right? A lot of people don't know this. I was taught a little bit how to DJ at a house party, like it was actually a cottage party, long time ago. So I got like a little intro into beat matching. That's probably the hardest part of DJing,
yeah.
I would
For
say.
the most part, yeah.
How, like, could you take us through your approach to beat matching, especially in drum and bass, being such high pace and high energy?
I just, I personally just count out, like, go to the drop and then count back 32 bars
Yeah.
instead of hockey.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'd recommend setting up hot cues.
Yeah, hockey.
Yeah.
That's
Always
probably
the
the
hot cues.
easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
I obviously don't really do it that often, but
I try to do it on
I've
the
just
fly.
I've just
so.
gotten used to doing it that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, fair.
Like, yeah, I don't know, man. You just beat matching, you just do it. You just kind of like learn it. Just like if you hear the drums not lining up, you just move
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
deck.
It
And
just like becomes instinctual after a while.
I think kind of at the beginning you can do it like visually. Like your software has pretty good guides. Like it's 2 lines on the track, and if
Yeah.
they're going across and they're not in line, like just
Yeah.
line them up,
Mhm.
and then you just kind of get an ear for it, and then you don't
Yeah.
really have to
Yeah.
think about
Bit
it.
of math, bit of
Yeah.
visual cue.
Yeah, it's like counting 4 bars.
yeah,
Everything's just 4s. It's just like
Yeah.
for sure.
4 bars of 4, and then
you-
another 4 bars of 4.
Right
And then
on.
you just
It's
count
like
it and count it and
cue,
count
cue,
it.
Just
cue,
constantly
cue,
counting
play.
in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're DJing, it's just like you're like 1, 3,
Yeah,
4,
yeah.
1, 2, and like you're just subconsciously doing it,
Yeah.
just because you know like the structure of the song is going to be the same pretty much universally, right? So
And then you get the people that just like do it by their finger on the cue button. It's like finger blasting the key.
I know. I see. Okay,
No,
I don't get that either. I don't get that
yeah.
either. I don't get that either.
I thought that was more like a performative thing, you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
See, I don't know.
You can look cool while you're doing it.
yeah.
Yeah, I never got the tap smash the cue button because you're already on a cue.
Yeah,
Like, you're on a hotkey. You don't need to set another
exactly.
cue
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
hotkey. Oh, that's great.
So, what would be your advice to anyone out there that's new to the game of DJing?
Buy CDJs. Just
So more of an equipment thing.
Yeah,
Make sure your
spend
equipment.
$17,000
Yeah.
and buy CDJs. You'll never regret it.
Yeah.
Actually, that's true. You probably well, and you got to really like maybe you should like DJing a little more before you buy CDJs.
Yeah.
But no, yeah,
But yeah, just practice
yeah.
and listen to a lot of music, like all the music.
Well, I think that's it, right? Like refining your taste is probably a big part of it. No one's gonna go see a DJ that doesn't have good taste
Yeah.
in that sense,
yeah.
right?
Well, it takes you a bit to figure out what you kind of actually are into as well as a DJ, right? Like
Yeah.
I can DJ a bunch of different genres, but it's like, what are you really into?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and that's what kind of keeps you going, I guess.
Because like I do drum and bass and like ghetto funk stuff. So
Nice.
it's like
Ghetto funk.
Just kind of
Ghetto
go
funk.
through all the
Yeah.
genres
Yeah.
sometimes.
What's
or glitch hop.
okay? Yeah, so I was gonna ask, what's like an off genre that people wouldn't necessarily pin you for?
We're
You said like glitch hop.
pretty into the funk stuff.
Yeah, what
too.
the
Yeah,
heck is
funk,
glitch
yeah.
hop, man?
It's like hip hop with a lot of robot sounds.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
That's pretty much what
It's
it
kind of
is.
I
like
mean, it
it's
sounds-
like mid tempo, like
No,
Yeah.
no kawaii pop or nothing like that. Like
Oh,
the
like
crazy,
K-pop?
like the crazy Japanese stuff. It's just like
Oh,
video
yeah.
game music on it.
Drum and
No.
bass, but Japanese style?
No, it's
drum
not
and
even drum and
bass.
bass.
Oh, it's
No,
not.
not
Okay,
at all.
I
Yeah,
thought we were
that's
still on the drum and bass
insane.
thing.
While we're on the topic, one fire track from each of you guys that is like pretty much guaranteed to get everybody going.
Solar System usually.
yeah.
That
I was gonna
like-
say that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Solar System by who?
Sub Focus.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sub focus
That
is
goes
Pretty much
off.
anything by sub.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Sub Focus.
Yeah.
Hands or In the Air from Mosey. That's
Yeah,
another
yeah.
track.
Oh,
that-
okay.
Yeah.
An old
Good one.
classic, Afterglow by Wilkinson.
Yeah.
Oh
That's it.
yeah, good one, good one.
I'm gonna put all
Caught
of these
up
on my
in the
playlist.
afterglow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you want to go like older, there's like the Ram trilogy stuff. That when the metalheads were around, they have a lot of banger tracks on there that are like do 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 do.
Prodigy, if you get
Oh,
a good
yeah,
remix.
Prodigy,
Yeah, like
Prodigy, I know.
Yeah, these like
You just Voodoo People.
yeah, Voodoo People. Yeah, sorry, I don't want to sing too much. But we're not monetized anyways. But
Yeah, true. We probably should. Yeah. Anyways, whatever. We'll worry about that
absolutely
later. What's one guilty pleasure song? Any genre. Doesn't even have to be dance music. So don't.
Style by Taylor Swift.
Nice.
I should listen to it today on the way here.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What about you?
Lately I've been digging Grizz's new song, "Found Your Love."
oh,
Grizz?
yeah,
Yeah,
he's coming
he's
back.
back,
He's got
yeah.
2 dates. Yeah. Oh, he was on a little bit of a
Kind of
hiatus.
like a funk soul.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard
tempo,
some
yeah.
Grizz mixes like
Play some
back
saxophone.
in the day
Yeah.
for
Nice.
sure.
I was ripping a little Gancha White today, Gancha White night today, but they're so good, dude. Do you know them?
No.
They're like
Yeah.
dubstep, but they're like
Oh yeah,
really.
like,
Ganja,
yeah,
yeah.
I totally know Ganja White. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
They have a new drum and bass song actually.
yeah. They're really good at drum and bass. Yeah,
Nice.
I guess I used to do a lot of drum and bass like back in the day. I was like, I didn't know that. It's,
For me, it's got to have a heavy hip hop influence to the drum and bass. I love, like I was saying, the MC,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Stormzy, the Chase and Status.
Yeah.
Lately, I've
Oh,
been
Chase
dipping
and
into this Michigan rap. It's,
What?
Yeah, it's BFB to Pac-Man. There's these super quick like fire 808 beats,
Yeah.
and he just like talks shit. Like it's like barely even rapping. He'll just be like talking. It's awesome. That's my latest guilty pleasure.
so, what's let's get into like the 3D D&B stuff a little bit. Like, how did you guys come up with it? Obviously, the 3Ds. But what's kind of what's your overall goal with your events? Because I know like the vibes are just super good, chill. But
Just like build the scene. It's
Yeah.
Like I find like for drum and bass out of most genres, like is like for the music scene and stuff is like pretty tight knit. So like,
True.
if you keep it like that and like expanding it, so it's like more shows and more fun,
Yeah.
cool.
stuff like that. Get more people involved. So
I know it's still kind of underground. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, house and like the 4 on the floor stuff kind of always, like, not necessarily just house, but anything 4 on the floor, like even dub and stuff like that, kind of seems to take over a little bit more, I guess, in North America. Like,
Yeah, there's like, I mean, drum and bass actually, like, when I left the UK, if there's a documentary called American Jungle, and then there's
Cool.
another documentary I just watched, like, not too long ago, and they're like, yeah, it came to Canada and just, like, blew up in Toronto. I was like, oh, really? Shit, you know that?
Well, that's like because I always think drum and bass more to be a UK thing,
Yeah.
right?
oh,
Like,
it's a
definitely.
massive scene over
for
there.
sure.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
when it came to, like, North America, like, there's, like, Diesel Boy and all those guys that just, like, fired it up, like,
Okay.
hard. Yeah.
Because I always felt maybe that's why that demand was here in Banff because we have a lot of people from the UK or
Yeah, it's
from
definitely
Australia.
part of
another
it,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the demographic here kind of,
Yeah.
would definitely play into that. Like, we got more Aussies, we got more UK. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah, because, like,
you know
I
what I
was-
mean? Like, it's not this, it might not be the same in Edmonton, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, Edmonton's got a crazy scene, man.
Do they?
It's like, yeah, so like in the summertime, there's this guy named Dean Fat Cat.
Cool.
And they put on Sunday school every Sunday
Sick.
throughout the summer.
Sunday
And it's-
school, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally a patio party of just drum and bass.
Amazing.
At
No
the
way.
Pinetone White. Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, it's sick.
Oh, dude, we got to
Highly
get up to
recommend
one
you
of
should
those
go.
for sure.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
like
hell yeah.
there's like the Run It crew does like dub school in Calgary. They've been doing that for a while. So
Cool.
yeah, it's dope. Like,
Nice.
good scenes everywhere.
We need more like the fast and heavy genres in town, I feel.
Yeah.
We're just like underrepresented.
Yeah.
Underrepresented, I guess is the word, but
Fast
mean,
music night.
yeah, like I mean, and it's fair. You got to have the crowd for it, right? Like you can't just
Well, I mean, you guys have kind of slowly found success. Like, when did you guys start doing your events? I remember Dave, like, seeing your first posters up, what, like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago?
Like throughout COVID, I
Or, like,
think.
right
maybe
after
maybe
COVID,
midway
yeah.
or
Yeah.
like tail
Yeah.
end, I think.
Because I was like,
Yeah.
kind of, I was like, I didn't even know you to be a DJ. Then all of a
Yeah.
sudden he breaks out and you guys are doing like a trio, which I thought was rad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the next step for you guys? Where can people find you next? What are you getting up to?
We're
Yeah.
doing With Intention on Friday with
Sick.
Hops.
sick.
Yeah,
Let's
with
go.
Hops, yeah.
Let's go.
And then Saturday we play Pump and Tap.
Nice.
Busy weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, sick,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Pump and Tap be wild. Like, you get a bunch of people in there.
Yeah, it's like the Mad Beats crew from Calgary coming
Nice.
down. So yeah,
Okay,
And there's
sick.
also Made in Love this weekend, so hopefully that'll draw
Oh,
people
yeah.
down too.
and it's like Slushmore or whatever.
Yeah,
Slushmore, yeah,
Slushmore, like Louise.
True. There's tons of stuff going on
It's
this
gonna be a
weekend.
swamped
So
weekend.
Yeah.
right on. I'm actually getting out of town this weekend, unfortunately.
Smart.
Not smart.
Good
Yeah.
move.
Good move.
Yeah.
It could be worse. So I have no idea what I was going to ask. I just blanked out there. It was something about traveling. So you guys got new gear, and obviously you want to bring that on location. Is there like a way that people can contact you to like maybe want to set up an event with you guys?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I know they're
Yeah.
like you guys probably have some of the nicer gear around. So
Through the old Instagram and the Facebook connection for sure.
cool.
And then yeah, at shows obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, one of us or three of us are always out. Either brew pub, Mel's.
Yeah.
Smart. Oh yeah, Bruce got DJs now too as well. Eh?
Yeah, Bruce does.
Yeah, sick.
Dougie does little Sundays upstairs usually. So
Sick.
yeah,
So are you guys is that how you're kind of paying for the decks? Is kind of
Pretty
Yeah,
much,
pretty
yeah.
much, yeah,
Renting
rent
them
them out.
out.
Yeah.
Mel's rents them off us.
for all the
and-
bigger
Cool.
stuff they bring. Yeah. So.
Oh, right,
Interesting.
right.
And then
Yeah.
Hops has been renting them as well. And
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a
it's kind of the way
interesting
to do it.
revenue stream, right?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna go and spend that money,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's a
Other
way.
people pay for it. It's so much better.
well, it also grows the scene as well. Like,
Well,
if that's
yeah,
what you're
exactly,
trying to do,
like- to have the opportunity as a local DJ to play on those decks is
Yeah.
like you're not going to get that unless you're playing at like a big club or a festival like
Yeah.
otherwise, right?
Like
you're gonna be.
Mike Webb just had his like last show before he left, and then
Oh, right.
yeah, there was like two guys DJing with him, and they're like, "Oh man, this is so sick! Thanks so much." I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like just have the opportunity alone is
Yeah.
like
for sure. Well, it kind of lets
priceless
people
for a DJ. Yeah.
kind of have Banff as their training ground to move
Right.
on to
Yeah.
bigger
Yeah.
cities or scenes if that's what they want to do. You know what I
And
mean?
it's just like that club, like he said, it's a club standard,
standard,
right?
yeah.
So to get access to those, even at like an intermediate level,
yeah,
is kind of priceless. You're like, okay, I played on CDJs once, played on CDJs twice. nothing fucked up. I think I know what I'm doing enough that I can do it in front of people. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
And it's like, it's scary. It's a whole different platform. Like you walk up with a USB thumb drive and plug it in and hope that it works.
Yeah,
And you're like,
please don't be corrupt.
please don't be corrupt. Please don't be corrupt. Please have everything at 174. Yeah, please have everything at 174.
Don't just pull your USB out.
Oh,
Press the eject.
Yeah.
please hold the eject button.
I was like, I put like a whole playlist together, put it into my computer, left my computer on, and went to sleep. And I
Oh
thought
no,
I
your
thought
PC died?
I thought I ejected it, and then turned my computer back on and just pulled the thumb drive out, and it's like corrupted. I was like, fuck.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and
You
it's
did
like
not press eject.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
there's a famous saying: always bring multiple thumb drives that are just like absolute clones of each other.
Yeah,
'cause you might need them.
Because
Like,
also people get drunk too, and they're just like they don't even think about it. And
Yeah.
they just pull it out.
yeah, or link cable doesn't work, or
Yeah, I just saw like this video. There's like a group of kids doing some like UKG stuff, and they have like these people are trying to like take a video of them playing, and they put their drinks on the sub and or the monitor and just wobble it like this right onto like a brand new CDJ, and just cut out the entire thing. I was like, oh
so
man.
you guys have those insured, obviously, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We do need to get on that.
The old homeowners insurance. I had my homeowners insurance 1 year was a lot of money because I had the studio here.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And they're like, how much gear do you have in there? I'm like, yeah. And there's
Yes.
yes.
Do you guys have any like horror stories besides your corrupted USB? That's some like the maybe
not
train
too-
wreck that
not
has
too
happened?
bad.
Not really. My computer froze on me once, but that's
Yeah.
pretty much
That's
it.
pretty standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember like when we were DJing with Tyler on his decks, I know some girl like yanked out one of the XLR cables out of like one of the sides.
And just like, yeah, that's a noticeable difference.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, go off stage, please. Just get out of here.
Oh god. When I did that New Year's show, it was snowing so hard that my decks had so much snow on them. I was like trying to blow it off like between like transitions, and the decks, like the snow flakes were melting and just touched each other, and it was doing the capacitive touch.
Oh yeah.
And it was like skipping my decks. I was like,
Oh no.
it was like in front of like a fuckload of people too. And I was like, what? Well, and I just turned off like the vinyl mode.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, smart thinking Maddie, nice. So like the top of the deck now does nothing. I'm like, it doesn't matter whatsoever what's going on in there. But there's you can have anything can happen during a show, man.
For sure.
Someone could throw up on your decks.
Exactly.
Like
Gross.
yeah. Like straight up though, like someone could fall and knock the like you could knock the whole table over.
Yeah.
True.
Like you could drop your own beer on your own decks. Like it's
I've almost done that.
Yeah.
Like on our like old one or our FLX 10, it was like in my hand and it just slipped and I like just caught it. I was like, whoa.
Like, what do you do if that would ever happen? You just kind of got to hope for the best. Put in a huge tub of rice or something. Like,
I don't know.
turn it off. Turn it off immediately.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, if you ever spill liquid on an electronic device, turn it off immediately and just like
Who's got
let it
rice?
wait. Yeah.
I mean, that's good advice, right? Like people that don't know, right? You're at a party,
it can't
whatever.
short circuit if it doesn't have power, right? So
That's true.
Yeah.
you
Fair.
won't actually wreck anything, and it just might be sticky.
Some great advice for sure. So if you're out and about this weekend, go catch these guys. Where was it again? It was With Intention
At the lodge, yeah.
at the
Nice.
Lodge, and then Pump and Tap on Saturday. Lodge on
Yes.
Friday,
Yes.
Pump and Tap on Saturday. If you're out and about, go give the 3D boys
Let's go.
some love for show. Let's cut to our ad real quick, and then we'll go through some posts. We got some pretty funny stuff going on this week.
Oh shit! Yeah, I didn't even see him yet. I'm stoked.
This episode is brought to you by the Non-Alc Shaft. If you're looking for a clean energy drink that's gluten-free, vegan, naturally caffeinated with real coffee, perfect for the quick pick-me-up in the middle of the afternoon, or heck, in the morning when you're on the way to the hill, be sure to check out the beautiful black Non-Alc can sold as singles or as 4-packs down at Townhouse Liquor. I know my fridge is stocked up.
That'd be amazing.
Alrighty, we're back, baby. Let's go.
We are back. Big shout out to Drink Shaft for sure. I always like to crack mine before we get the post going.
Nice.
Get that caffeine going, get bricked up.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got here, Dan? Looks
Yo,
like
this is some wild shit that happened overnight.
Oh, Dan.
Let me pull it up. The post reads, if anyone tries to sell you a white fat tire rad bike, it may be mine, which was stolen last night from our porch in Middle Springs. And then the comments was like, yeah, we got snipped too. And you can see like locks on the
Yeah,
ground.
yeah.
So I guess there was multiple reports of bikes clipped out of Middle Springs.
That sucks.
And Canmore, apparently.
At Canmore too?
Yeah.
Okay, so not the first
that's
time
gotta
this
be
has
out of
happened.
towners. Yeah.
100%. We've had reports before of literal cube vans coming into Banff Canmore
Just
in a
snagging
very
everything.
coordinated attempt to steal, especially like e-bikes. What they run a couple $1,000
Oh
a
man,
piece,
those
right?
are like
Yeah.
3-4 grand. Yeah, man, that's
Right?
expensive.
Yeah, so if you got an e-bike, probably best to bring it inside or not leave it unattended. Crazy story. I was gonna actually say this a couple weeks ago. My bike lock fucked up on my bicycle, and it was parked like behind the Grizzly House where I usually park. I'm not gonna say where; it's the best spot. And I couldn't get my lock open, right? For weeks, I kept going back, and my keys were all bent and shit. Yeah. So I go to the Home Hardware. I was gonna buy some bolt cutters. So I take the bolt cutters up to the front. And I ask the guy, I'm like, "What's the return policy on the bolt cutters?" Because I was gonna use them and then return them, right?
Yeah, just right away.
He looks at me all weird. He's like, "Why?" Like, I'm like, "Tell him what I'm gonna do." He's like, "Oh man, just like take the ones from our chain snip because they sell lengths of chain, right? So they have one there." I was like, "Oh, thank you so much. Like, save me,
That's awesome.
save me the price of buying one, and save him the hassle of doing a return."
Yeah.
But this is the point: is like this was middle of the day. It was probably a weekday. But I have like my little Lululemon bag and like it's sticking out. The snips are sticking out of my bag. I walk
Straight
through
thieving.
straight thieving. Like walk through the Bear Street courtyard, all that stuff. I get to my bike, people everywhere, snipped it, put it back into my bag, and no one said a word.
Dude,
Oh, that's probably
That's
him.
banned for you.
dude,
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
I sold my buddy Mitch's bike back. So he parked it out behind Coyotes when we were working there. Somebody stole it like broad daylight. So I went to the bar that night. I'm leaving. I'm like, holy fuck, there's Mitch's bike. Somebody had locked it up, but just to the brake cable. So I was like, cool. I just like popped the brake cable out, grabbed the bike, and there's a cop right across the street watching me do the whole fucking thing. I saw her watching me, and I was like, you're not gonna do anything?
that's crazy,
Like,
right?
didn't say anything. Like even if she did, I'd be like, "Oh, this is little sis."
Yeah.
I'm like, "This is my buddy's bike. Just got stolen from back Coyotes today. I'm just gonna go drop it off at his house. Like, if you want to follow me there, while I give it to him, you can. But like, I'm taking this fucking bike."
That was kind of my point. Like, what was stopping me from hitting every single bike that was parked there?
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? Like,
She's like, I'm rich.
I think like
These are all mine.
as a community, maybe we could be a bit more vigilant as far as that. Because I was shocked no one said anything. Like,
Yeah, it's
if
like,
I would
how'd
have
you
seen me doing it.
No, it's like, how'd you get 6 bikes today? I found them.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
he's laying around.
Right in front of the cops.
big shout out to the Home Hardware. If you see people walk around with snips and shit, like, why else would you be walking around with that? Anyways,
No doubt.
heart goes out to everyone that got their bike stolen. Hopefully they get them back. Write down your serial numbers, by the way, if you do buy an expensive bike.
Yeah.
Good
This
call.
is just a little call for everyone to go vote. You guys vote yet?
No, that's what I'm gonna think of doing it tomorrow.
Sick.
Nice.
Plan on voting?
There's some point over the
Plan
next
on
couple
voting?
days. Yeah.
Matt? He's not going to vote. I know. Just pleading everyone. I already went. I went to the advanced voting at the Fenlands. I went to the library. I was like,
Nice.
why is there no signs here? Totally at the wrong spot. They were nice enough to point me to the Fenlands, which is where it actually was. Super easy. I didn't even have my voter card. I don't know where it got sent. Whatever. Went in with my ID. Bing,
Cool.
bang. About 3 minutes later, I was voting. Who cares who you're voting for? I don't care who you're voting for.
Yeah.
Matt doesn't care who you're voting for.
I don't even know who to vote for. I don't even know who's running. So
Just go out there and vote, man. Have your voices heard. Federal elections going on right now until I think the 28th is the final
Nice.
day. Super easy to beat the lines and just go vote now. That's all I
no
want to
doubt.
say.
No doubt. Bingo bango.
Okay, the next one's crazy. This is a lot to read. I'm not going to read it all. But have you guys ever been followed by a coyote in the town of Banff?
Yeah.
You've seen them recently, right?
Yeah, they're all over the place.
So this says, if so, right, okay, so it reads, have you ever been followed by a dog on her dog walk? If so, you might have felt afraid. You might have thought that the coyote was stalking you or that an attack was imminent. But the truth is that you are likely just being escorted. Now, contrary to common belief, coyotes don't typically stalk humans with the intent to harm. What you're seeing is often natural behavior called escorting, where a coyote follows at a distance to make sure the potential threats, especially dogs, leave their territory.
This behavior is most common in early March through late April when the coyote parents are protecting their dens and caring for vulnerable pups. I've had this happen to me before.
wow.
And you're just like, they're not getting closer to you.
Yeah.
They're not like, they're just
They
keeping
just want
the
to make
exact
sure you're
same
not,
distance.
you're not
This is
getting
my
into
house,
their
get the
zone,
fuck
man.
out.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Crazy.
super cool. We've talked about this before. Coyotes all over town. People are getting followed. People
Oh,
are
yeah.
posting all over. Like,
I mean, we do live in a national park. What the hell do you expect?
Oh,
But,
Yeah.
yeah.
but come to think of it, we haven't really reported many attacks. There hasn't been attacks reported.
I don't. Yeah, but coyotes are just they don't really want anything to do with us, anyways.
Well,
Like,
that's what I'm thinking.
yeah.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
a lot of this behavior that
I've
we're
never had
seeing.
an aggressive encounter
No.
with a coyote.
No,
They're
just-
just kind of
They
like,
just ran around and
Yeah.
checked
"Hey,
things
man."
out.
Yeah, like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
read this post. You want to click to the next slide.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful picture of a coyote and just a reminder that like you're probably not being stalked for an aggressive
Yeah.
purpose. They're just
Yeah.
making sure seeing you out of their territory in a sense.
That makes a lot more sense.
Right?
Yeah.
I thought that
Well,
was
I
super
mean, like,
cool.
one
You guys are
coyote.
super ambitious to hunt down a human.
Yeah,
For
like
sure.
one coyote would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
I think you could handle that situation on your own.
And
but-
this was posted by Project Coyote. You can see a little emblem at the bottom. Obviously, an advocacy group for coyotes. But it was kind of eye opening to me. I was like, hey, yeah, it's actually, I've never felt threatened, but you see
No.
them all the time. They're probably just kind of
Well,
keeping an eye on you more
it's
than
sick
we are
when
on
you
them.
see like a big pack of them all running together. You're like, okay, that's pretty sick. They're like mini wolves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, I think it's cool to see, but hey, maybe not so much to be worried about after all.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, what do we got here? This looks like a parking meme. What's going on here?
Yeah, this was clipped from a video. I couldn't get the video; it's hard to pull off Facebook. But this looks like it was like a drive-through. I think it's the A&W drive-through, and someone must have missed it. Drove on the sidewalk. You know where that intersection is, the terrible one in Canmore.
Oh
yeah.
So I'm pretty sure someone missed the A&W, drove on the sidewalk, and then kind of did a little exit instead of driving back onto the road.
I hear you.
It was posted to Bow Valley Network. Here, I'll show you. I got it queued up here.
Did
for
you know
guys.
that? Did you know that A&W stands for Allen and Wright?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like they're like the Canadian McDonald's, man.
Yeah.
So check it out. This
I
guy's
don't-
on the sidewalk, and then he's just like, "Oh fuck."
Oh, dude.
Or he took
And
the
he just
sidewalk
pulls in.
instead of the street.
Yeah, and then he just pulls
Oh,
into the
wow.
drive-through.
That's absolutely okay. That's wild. Okay, that's wild. Oh my god, dude.
Anyways, go check it out. It's on Bow Valley Community Connection. It's the only parking thing we've had in like weeks. So hilarious shit.
No doubt.
First long weekend, of course, we're gonna get some back.
Just wait till May.
This, yeah, for sure, dude. It's.
Just get mental.
I feel like half our show in the summer is parking and hilarious
It's
videos.
insane.
If you do get videos out there, anyone listening, just send them directly to us. That way, I can just edit them and shit.
There's a
It'll be
couple
awesome.
today at the Rosencrown parking lot. And
Oh,
they're
yeah?
like, do you live here? I'm like, yeah. They're like, do you think this is outrageous paying $80 a day for parking? I'm like, I don't have to pay for parking, but $80 a day? Like,
What?
to
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, to park in the parking lot. That's what they said. And I looked on the screen, it said $80 for the day. I was like, Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
I mean, supply
Welcome
demand.
to-
You know what I mean?
Welcome
Like,
to Banff. If
Yeah.
you want to park downtown, like I said, use the parking lot out by
Yeah.
the train station.
absolutely.
Walk 2 blocks, save yourself $100.
Bingo
I was
bango.
like, dude, $80 is
Yeah, no doubt. That's wild, dude. That's worse than like downtown. Well, that'd be like downtown Toronto, pretty much. Like park for
That's
the day.
what I mean. If it should be a premium spot. If you want to bring your vehicle to Banff, I agree. You probably should be paying a premium price.
Yeah.
Fair
Take a
enough.
bus, take
Yeah.
other means of transit. Anyways, this next post here, pretty cool. This person has started a food business.
Cool.
So just want to share something that might help some folks in town dealing with the high cost of food. Obviously, we've all been
Ribs are
victims to that.
Yep.
A few locals have started putting together ready-made frozen meals as kind of a community solution. Super affordable, made with real ingredients, ready in minutes with no kitchen required.
Very cool.
The idea just came to trying to make life a little easier. It's Rocky Mountain Meal. So at Rocky Mountain Meal, they also help provide food to the new Oessa Cafe,
Oh, cool.
which has just opened,
Where's
which is
that?
like
Canmore?
no, it's in Banff.
Oh,
It's on, I feel like it might be in the library. I don't know where it is. I've been trying to
Oh,
find
okay.
it. It's super ambiguous on their postings about where it actually is, but it's like a community ran organization. It's a mall
Yiwan, our old guest that
Yeah,
came
yeah,
on.
yeah.
They're fantastic. And all their staff, I'm pretty sure, is there by volunteer.
Oh, sick.
So the
Nice.
chef that's running this company also volunteers there.
Okay.
So you can
Okay.
find
Ties
some of their
in, okay,
products. So I
nice.
just feel like give them a shout out, man. These guys donate their time to
No
run a
doubt.
Oh, yeah,
cafe
Yeah.
for nonprofit is insane. So go check out the Oessa Cafe.
Big time.
This one here.
Man Norquay.
Yeah, Mount Norquay. So woke up today, which was yesterday, and it was their final day of Mount Norquay. So Norquay is now closed.
Oh, geez.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Spring is upon us as the ski season starts to dwindle down. Gets me fired up for golf.
Yeah.
Mount Norquay, we will be speaking to
tell.
someone from them in the future. We're just kind of plotting out our little episode earlier today.
Cool.
So big shout out to Norquay. We're going to bring you more about their 100th year anniversary coming up.
Very cool.
And
very
like
cool.
their summer operations. So lots of cool stuff. People don't know that you can go have a great time with a lot less people right across the highway.
Yes.
Heck yeah. All right. What do we got here?
Oh, this one here's another bit of a read, but it's pretty awesome. So this person posts, "Hey, I've accidentally taken home the wrong leather jacket on the weekend.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw that
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Most likely at High Rollers, if you're missing a cropped leather jacket and you have mine, it's an oversized one with the stripe inner, blah, blah, blah. Please let me know." The comments in this were great. They keep going on like, finally, this is
Yeah.
the content we crave. People just trying to
That's awesome.
get the contents back to the rightful owner, which is awesome. Us at the Overheard podcast, myself specifically, big fan of owning your mistakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you do something that might be wrong or you upset people, I think probably the best thing to do is to own up to what you did and make it a teachable moment. So thank you to this person for being honest and reaching out to the community.
No doubt.
Hopefully everyone got their jackets back. Big
How do
shout
you
out.
mistake like an oversized jacket for a cropped leather jacket?
Oh, no, man. Hey, I know how.
Booze.
4 or 5 Jager bombs, a couple
yeah.
of shafts, a
shafts,
couple of
yeah.
beers. Yeah. You know how it
Couple of
goes.
nose beers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Oh, man. This guy.
Oh
so,
yeah, John.
yeah, there's so
Yeah.
many pictures of Johnny out here.
Big shout out, man. John, I guess is his name. I've never met him personally. Brightening everyone's Easter, going around town in his bunny costume, multiple posts.
Oh, yeah.
He's at
Multiple
the,
locations.
He's at the
yeah.
weed store.
Yeah.
He's at the bar. Go out there and find
That was great.
the bunny hopping around Banff. Big shout out. Put a smile on my face, that's for sure.
Just because it's a party town doesn't mean we can't have Easter, man. Come
That's
on,
awesome.
man. Let's go. Yeah.
Do you remember like a couple years ago there, or I don't even know if you've seen this on Banff Ave when it was all closed off. There was a dude walking around in the summertime with like a cane and a skull, like a cow
What?
skull.
No.
Yeah, I have a picture. Like I think I have a
What?
picture somewhere on my phone, and he was just like sitting down on like Banff Ave, just sitting there like this. It was like the
I
devil.
saw I saw somebody in one of those T-Rex, like inflatable T-Rex costumes. I
Oh,
saw,
yeah,
I
I
saw
saw
one of
that
those
too,
guys
yeah.
yesterday. Yeah, he was like, I went out for a smoke and he just came running by like the alleyway. I'm like, what the f-?
I feel like
going on,
Tara, one of our, again, another one of our old guests, Tara Buchanan from Top Shelf Comedy, big shout out. She'll like come to Banff to promote her comedy shows and run around in the
Yeah.
T-Rex suits. It's a really, really good vibe for sure.
Oh, that's funny. That might have been her.
Might have been.
What do we got here? Was surprised to read that Earl's has closed.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
that
Oh,
restaurant.
yeah.
A lot of memories. It is not closed,
They're
in
turning
fact.
it into the Boss or something like that. Or
The
Yeah,
Boss.
it is being opened under a new name, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so the comments go to read, there's a rebrand going on. So I guess Earl's was there as a franchise, right?
yeah.
I'm not 100% sure how franchising works, but from my gatherings, like you pay a company to use their name and their menus and their
Yeah.
ingredients and their supply chains and all that stuff, and then you get to run your restaurant under that name or that company umbrella. I guess you have contracts with these things, and then once they're done, you can opt out or you can change. So I guess we're getting a new restaurant.
Yep.
Pretty awesome. What do you guys? What would you guys like? You heard it was the Boss. I didn't know.
That's all I know about
Oh,
it
yeah.
so far. Yeah.
Just the names. You know, like a concept.
No idea.
No idea.
No?
Ideally, if you could get any restaurant, what would you guys like?
Taco Bell.
Ooh,
That's not a restaurant.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
It's a restaurant, dude, and I want it. So let's go.
Vern's Pizza or Versato's Pizza, either one.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
Yeah, it's like extra thick toppings on the pizza. It's so good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Klein.
I've got nothing.
You got,
You got nothing? You don't have one restaurant that you wish Banff had? Like even like a fast food that you miss?
Not really, no.
I feel like if a shawarma place was open late, because I'm sorry, I'm not doing night
Yeah.
out.
Nah,
Like-
Yeah, more late options,
That's
I think.
yeah. Like if there was a shawarma place, like the shawarma place at the mall
Yeah.
is great.
Oh, yeah.
If it was open late
Or
night,
a late pierogi place.
pierogi,
Oh,
interesting.
That'd be good. Like loaded pierogies, like
Yeah.
bacon bits and sour cream and all that shit, some cheddar.
Yeah.
Actually, though,
Jalapenos.
the sandwich pop up that was at Sushi Train. I missed that.
That was pretty sweet.
Oh
good.
yeah, the
That's so good.
subs, yeah,
Ramen
those were
sandwiches and
awesome.
shit.
the
That was pretty
and the
decent.
beef saute one. It was like
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that last summer they did that?
2 summers, I think.
I think that was right after COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been that long.
They didn't do it for
Okay.
too long neither.
Wow. It was a good time. It was a good time either way. But
This next one.
I saw this morning, dude. So yeah, it reads here. A friend of mine who is visiting from Calgary sent me these couple of videos where people were flying their drones. I believe it's not allowed here in Banff unless you have a special permit, right? Oh my God, it's so illegal.
So illegal.
It's insane. You have to have like FAA approval,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
to fly a drone in the park.
So that truck,
and
that
be
semi truck
licensed.
that like jumped the ditch, whatever,
Yeah.
and like blocked
Yeah.
off the highway for like 5 hours.
Yep.
There's like somewhere way back, all of a sudden I hear like I'm outside like having a cigarette outside my van, and I hear like zzz, and this guy's flying a drone like right towards the police. I'm like, you were an idiot.
Oh my
God,
God.
so stupid.
That's brave. That's brave. It's like, yeah, just fly directly towards authorities where you're not supposed to have
Yeah.
it. Oh, dude. Funny story about a drone. Same thing. I was at Rosencrown one night, standing out front, having a smoke, and you just hear like, so you know where the ashtray and like that bench is right in front of Rosencrown,
Yeah.
that like little patch there where they have trees and rocks, whatever. You just hear like, this fucking thing comes flying in like 100 mile an hour, smashes into the bushes, like basically
No
half
way.
explodes like from me to you away. I was like, holy shit, dude, like right on Main Street. Next thing you know, this car comes flying up, pulls up on the wrong side of the street, slams on the brakes, walks up, comes running in the bush. He's like looking around, grabs it, gets back in the car, and they just like did a burnout and got out of there. I was like, that thing almost
Like,
killed
wow.
me, man.
Wild.
It was like a DJI. It was like a Phantom too. It was like a decent like thing this big going fucking 100 mile an hour. It was wild.
That'll fuck you up if it hits you for sure.
Dude. Oh yeah, that's not a good time.
So
Like,
obviously, with the first long weekend comes the first instances of uninformed guests in the national park. 2 instances. There's one down, I guess, near the Bow Falls, and then there's one with them flying it at the top of Sulphur Mountain.
yeah.
Which obviously the one at Sulphur Mountain posed a bit more of a safety concern, especially with the G7 coming up. There's all types of
Yeah.
helicopters, planes that are
Yeah.
flying over, checking out the area.
Yeah, no doubt.
Next slide, very quick response from Banff National Park. So Parks Canada
Oh, of
all
course, nice.
over
That's
that
awesome.
shit. This one reads, Banff National Park is a no drone zone. No drone zone, dude.
No drone zone.
You know, no drone zone. I like that. Recent videos posted to social media showed an individual flying a drone both in Banff National Park and Waterton Lakes.
Oh,
So not a unique phenomenon. It looks
Damn.
like they're maybe visiting both
Fine's
in the
only
same day.
$1,100. I thought it was like 10,000.
So yeah.
that's what I thought too. Yeah, I thought it was way worse.
So after an investigation by Parks Canada, an individual was charged with 2 offenses under the National Parks Aircraft Access Regulations. One for each park issued.
Okay, so it's only $550.
Well, again, this is probably a first offense type
That's
of
not
thing.
bad.
I feel like similar to other parks offenses that we've seen recently in the past few months,
Yeah.
where even those fines were pretty minimal compared to what you would think.
Good point.
I think they scare people with these huge amounts, but when
Yeah,
it comes
then
down
they
to it,
can't.
like they're not going to make you remortgage your fucking house. Like,
No, yeah. Good point.
so I think there's some discretion there, and I don't think every single fine leads to a maximum punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the maximums are there as a disincentive, like hey, it could be up to this amount, so
Yeah.
don't fucking do it. But
Nah, I think I mean, like, just don't do dumb shit in the park.
it's a no
it's not bad.
drone
It's not-
zone, dude.
No
drone zone.
drone zone. No drone zone.
It's a no drone zone. I just love that. I thought that was so funny. And that's all the posts we got for this week. Thank you guys so much for coming and chatting with us,
no
man.
worries.
Boys, good to see you again as always.
Absolutely. Once again, 70% of the people listening, you weird people watching in the corner, little pervs, hit that subscribe button, please. Let us know you're there. It helps us bring us more guests. We got a lot. We're going to shift things moving forward a little bit. Not that this hasn't been great, but we're going to move into a bit more of a political spectrum. Next week, we have a pre-recorded episode with a gentleman who's an author, but his whole thing is about, his main point is political, what is it called?
Like accountability.
Political perjury. So the whole stance is that we need laws in place to keep people in politics from lying to us, right? So like,
I mean,
right now with the federal debates going on and everything,
Yep.
like they can go up there and
Yeah.
say whatever they want, and
Yeah,
then there's
makes
no
sense.
one to hold them accountable.
Yeah.
So we're going to be shifting to definitely a little bit more politics, a little more town central stuff. So stay with us. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, guys, for coming in.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for
Hells
having
yes.
us.
Travis.
Thank you, Maddie, as always, like every week.
See you next Tuesday.
Peace.